Hi there. Good morning. This is Andrew-Moore coming at you from rural Ecuador. I'm outside of Cuenca at about 8,000 feet, and I thought I'd take you on a little tour of the house that I'm in right now. Since the dogs stopped barking, don't worry, they'll start again in case you don't know what it sounds like to have 30 dogs barking at the bottom of the valley and the sound rushing up and covering you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so let's get to it. I'll actually take you on a walk with me because this is what I try and do every morning, right? So I walk, and what I do is I do this so that I can get some exercise. Now you think, well, Andrew, that's kind of crazy, right? Because you've got the house to yourself, so you could go outside and maybe if you wanted to, right, you could walk around in the front, right? Well, that would be wonderful. I would like to do that. But you see that motorcycle over there? That belongs to the guy that lives behind the house, which was not disclosed to me when I rented it. So I'm really not by myself, even though I was under the assumption that I would be. Hi, plant. Anyway, so you can see here, without any copyright infringement, I was listening to Captain and Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together, right? But I don't want to get a copyright infringement, so I'll just give you a shot of my karaoke. Now, the house itself is fine, right? But I've got a guy that sort of lives behind the back, and it feels a little creepy because I see him walk past here and look at me as I'm working, and his shadow goes past here. During the week, he goes to work, but I'm not by myself. I've got somebody that's living up my rear end. And now, is that a big deal? Really? Is that the big deal? No. The big deal is that it wasn't disclosed to me that A, there's no trampoline, even though there was supposed to be, right? Because I was going to get a lot of exercise on the trampoline. So instead, I'm taking you for a walk, and I do try and do this for at least, I'm at 8,000 feet, so I get out of breath, at least 20 minutes a day, right? But today is a 45-minute day. So you're getting the tail end of my 45 minutes. My timer should be going off shortly, so we'll go ahead and stop that together. But what I did was that I moved these chairs together so I'd have more room as I walked around, and basically some figure eight, other figures. We walk around. And the fireplace, totally useless because there's no food. Not food for the fire. There's no, what do you call that? Wood, right? So I lived off grid on Mount Shasta. You can watch some of the videos that I did before oh, there goes my alarm. We'll just keep walking, okay? So today we're doing more than 45 minutes of walking around the house. That's good. I'm happy to bring you with me, right? So let's talk about the good things. That is not one of them because it's 8,000 feet. It's kind of cold, right? Great blankets, the bed's comfortable, I sleep well, I've had epic dreams, so that's wonderful, right? But I've had to move the bedrooms because the one that was closest to the owner's little place, you see this bedroom, right? I got my stuff drying there, right? Because washing machine works, though it makes horrendous noises. So he's in the building behind here. And so every time he comes home, the light comes on and fills this room with light. So that's fun. And because it's only a single pane glass, you hear the dogs. That's why I opted to change rooms. So this one, I have a wonderful brick wall that's in between me and the sound from the dogs. Now, the shower's fantastic. So it's the best shower that I've had. It's on-demand hot water, so the water heater's right outside the shower. And that's wonderful because, Mexico, Central America, South America, not really known for the quality of their showers. But this one's fine. Hey, I got to give credit where credit's due. Now, I used to be a nationally certified home inspector, and I built my own home from the ground up, and I've completely renovated and resold 4 properties. This is really interesting. So what can I tell from this as being a former home inspector? was that there was a center, right? There was a center post here that went up to the ceiling. And I bet that over time just sort of rotted or the house wasn't taken care of. So they built this thing, this giant steel welded, right? Goes all the way up over there. Very interesting, right? Interesting how we have these wire chases that, look at, it's just, we're missing something out of that member. But that's okay. You can see the light showing through the wall there, right? Up in there, right? A lot of it they've got filled with foam. And anyway, one of the rules of this place is no commercial photography. But since my channel is not yet monetized, this is not commercial. And I'm just sharing with you how some people live as we go for a walk together. Yeah. So thankfully so far, the dogs haven't been barking during our video, but I posted a little something earlier. Just the dogs are just unbelievable. And I love dogs, believe me. I love dogs. But I don't love them at 3 o'clock in the morning. When you do get a full night's sleep, it's wonderful. And as I said, my dreams have been epic, very, very motivating. Like, really. And my dead mother came to me in one of them. That's probably more than you want to know. But she did. And she was in my dream. And I was partying with friends. And she was in my dream. And she had some papers for me. And I go, I recognized her as my mom. But I asked her, I said, what's your name? And she said, Carlotta. Well, that's weird. We're not Italian, even though people have accused me of being Italian. Accused me. Anyway, so Carlotta, and I woke up in the morning and I can remember everything, right? Because the trick to remembering your dreams is don't move when you wake up. As soon as you start to move your body, right, those dreams dissipate. Not for everybody, but it's a technique. So I've been slowly waking up in the morning and remembering these really epic, full color, amazing dreams. So anyway, when I got up and I was ready to go to work and work with some students that are hard to listen to when the dogs are barking. Anyway, so I looked up Carlotta, and it's a female name. Okay, that's appropriate. It's a female name that means female Italian name that means free man. Free man? Well, all I ever wanted to be was a free man. So I thought that was really important, right? And she had given me like papers on a clipboard, and I love clipboards, even though I don't have any clipboards with me. This is my desk setup, by the way. I thought I'd show you this. So this was their dinner table. It had this table cover, but I don't want to mess up their table cover or accidentally spill coffee on it or something. So yes, the whiteboard comes with me, right? Way too much stuff. So when I return to Texas after my next 2 months in Colombia, I will be dropping all of this stuff at my hopefully still secured storage space in San Antonio, Texas. I like San Antonio. I would have a skateboard with me, believe it or not. I'm only 53, so that makes sense. Anyway, they do have a good book collection here, right? So some are up there in that room, and then some are over here. So look at, we've even got some Edgar Allan Poe. There's some Kafka. There's some Joseph Conrad, right? A lot of authors that I've read, right? And, maybe I should show you my book. I don't pimp this enough, really. Even though, see, Andrews, that means it's my copy. You cannot have my copy because I gave away too many copies. Personal copy, not yours. That's me. Anyway, 250,000 words. Anyway, so 4 books under one cover. See, what we're trying to do is take care of this, right? Looking pretty good, huh? Not bad. Looking pretty good. Trying to take care of this. None of this is beer. What this is sitting sitting over there on my butt working with students for $10 an hour. But we're fixing that. That's being fixed as I develop my course and am doubly inspired to redevelop my YouTube channel, which you are now taking part in. So your subscription is greatly appreciated. See that kind of stuff, right? So that's, I guess, the children's nook. We come up here, right? I thought that was interesting. Oops, tighten up my, see? So they put nails in the wood and then welded the nails to this thing, right? Anyway, it is what it is. Interesting. More wire chases. So, ooh, creepy. Go in here. I think this is Ding Dong's art. They're up here, right? They like these skylights. That's good, right? Good books in here. Good books over there. So, be it that they're in Spanish. See? Isn't it nice out there? Now, I'd like to go play in that yard, but I don't know if it's like, if I'm able to do that. What do I mean by playing it? Well, that's where the cows go to eat sometimes. So, I'd like to play with some cows. Isn't that neat? I could do some gymnastics out there. Anyway, back to our walk. Interesting, huh? Anyway, yeah, like I said, back to our walk. So, I'm now a little bit warmed up. You know, this is how I do my walk. I got socks inside. Yeah, be careful with this staircase, right? Yeah, I'm sure somebody's fallen down this thing before. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Not gonna be me, not today. So, this is all nice, right? This is all good. That's where I make toast. And that's why, you know, a lot of carbs, just because it's a 2-kilometer walk uphill both ways to go get groceries. And, you know, I really, even though I speak Spanish, I've really felt some resistance here. Like, you're not wanted, white boy. So that's all right. That's all right. I spend my money and I will quietly and appreciatively, is that a word? Appreciatively leave Ecuador and never return unless I'm rich, and then, or when I'm rich, and then I would fly into Guayaquil and then go to Montanita, right, along the coast there, and surf and party and fly out of the same airport. I'm interested in Quito. I'd like to go, but you know what? Cuenca itself has tested my patience to a level that I found pretty interesting. And one of those things is, it really feels like, and I read this in the Quora forum, that we're like turkeys ready for Thanksgiving dinner, right? And that's kind of how the Ecuadorians look at us. That's interesting, right? So I get that feeling. So, for example, I went to the same bakery when I was at my first apartment. I went to the same bakery almost every day and bought the same things, but the prices were never the same. When the matron of the bakery sold me something, it was 25 cents. But when her sons or whatever sold something, they were 45 cents. And I'm not going to make any noise about it. I'm just going to go, well, that's not what your mother sold it to me for, right? So they're just trying to clip you. My first taxi ride was measured at less than 5 kilometers, right? And I was exhausted. I had taken 3 flights to get here from Medellin. I get in the cab. The guy takes me the 5 kilometers and charges me $15, right? I don't even make a face. I don't even show any reactions. I just pay the $15 and never again, right? I'll tell you another one. So there's a supermarket that was close to my first apartment, and there's lockers, and you put things in the lockers, right, to go do your shopping. So I put things in the lockers. I have the keys in my pocket, and as I make my purchases and I come to the set of lockers, there's people in front of it, so I'm waiting my turn, right? I'm giving ample space, and this guy comes in with one leg, okay? Well, you notice the guy with one leg, right? He comes in on crutches, and he starts trying to pry open the doors of the lockers. and he's trying to pry open the corner to the door of my locker. And I'm watching this guy basically trying to rip me off. I mean, he doesn't know me from Adam, right? But he's just trying to break into the locker. Señor, esta mi caja seguro, right? This is my hard box. What are you doing? ¿Qué pasó? And it was just like, oh, like, he played it off. I'm like, dude, come on, man, And he, hobbles out of the way. God bless him, Sorry about your leg, dude, but, has nothing to do with you stealing my lunch. So I take my things, because the thing is in Latin America, if you lose your temper, you've lost. The first person that loses their temper is lost, right? So you can't ever, ever lose your temper, right? Even in this situation where I'm upset with the fact that the house is cold, whatever, this is how they live. But why have a fireplace if you don't have anything to put in it? So, and the dogs, right? And there was supposed to be a dedicated workspace. The desk that was in the photo is not here. The trampoline that was in the photo is not here. The peace and quiet and serenity and being alone in this house for 28 days is not here because I got somebody that lives up my backside, right? And likes to peek in the windows. So anyway, that's about it. We've spent 16 minutes and 50 seconds together. And I think that's enough. That's, lots of good sides, right? I don't regret the experience. You never regret traveling. Traveling is, one of the best things that you can ever do for your life. I wholly recommend it, even when it's not exactly what was advertised. Okay, I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope this was some semblance of interesting to you. I've got to get back to work, building my course, working on my websites. I've got students later this evening. I've got one from Panama, one from Chile, and another one from Korea. So that's great. I love my students. That's why I have such a good score. Over 2,500 lessons, I'm rocking a 99% approval. But I've got 10 years in education, so I know what I'm doing. Okay, thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, and hasta pronto. Ciao.